Being compliant is just straightforward. Being maliciously compliant? Well, that's another story. Welcome to this episode of Malicious Compliance. Our first one is from Cholera Queen. I was a recent college graduate who had made the immoral choice to move in with a boyfriend without getting married. We moved in together in another state, about a 6-hour drive from my parents, who lived about 2 hours away from the boyfriend's parents. When we came back to visit, my parents made us sleep in separate rooms and beds because we weren't married. After a visit or two like this, Christmas holiday rolled around. We were planning to be in the state for the whole week between Christmas and New Year's, splitting the time between the two families. We start by spending 2 nights at my parents', then around dinner time the third day, we leave to head to his parents'. My parents are surprised and confused that we are not staying longer. They expected us to split the time evenly. My reply? Well, at his parents' house, we get to sleep together, so we want to spend the night there. Bye! Before the next visit, they let us know they have decided that since we are a committed couple, they will allow us to share a room even though we're not married. I feel like at some point, parents need to quit trying to control how a relationship goes. In a lot of ways, the parents need to remove themselves because unless they're actually taking part in said relationship, they really shouldn't dictate how things work. But I do understand, their house, their rules, so I'm glad they want to spend more time with you and will actually respect what you guys want. This next one is by Optimal Didco. This happened today. I work as a waiter during the summer in a local restaurant. It's popular among tourists and not so much among local people, meaning we have to deal with a lot of different people. Most dishes are international ones, available everywhere, but some are local from our culture. Today I had a table with American tourists, American flag on hats, and a backpack with text, Massachusetts, US. It's obvious. They were polite at first, but then got pissy when we didn't take their order fast enough. We were at full capacity. I finally managed to get to them and was met with a, "As an American, I shouldn't be waiting that much. We liberated you." Disclaimer, they didn't. I just sucked it up and asked what they would like to order. Our menu was available in English, but with transliteration and not direct translation. They butchered everything, but that's common, I don't mind. The final item was very, very spicy. I would never eat it myself. I warned them, but in reply I got, "Don't you dare tell me what to eat. A minimum wage worker should just write down and serve us. God knows why you have rights." Even though he is right, I am a minimum wage worker, the audacity ticked something in me. I just placed their order and made sure the cooks kept the dish as spicy as it is in the original recipe. They still kept being pissy about slow service and made some comments about me and the restaurant. I served them everything and was waiting for a screaming match. That's what happened. They started screaming that we were trying to injure them. The man started cussing at us. I told them that they were warned, but kept cussing. When told to get out by my manager, they said, "We're taking you to court. See you in New York." Yeah, right. They were forced to pay and swore to never come back. Edit, because many said this, I do not hate Americans as a whole. I don't mean to insult the properly behaving ones. The bad ones are more uncommon here. My story is focused on misbehaving ones, not the good ones. As an American, I want to apologize for these asshats. They came into your country and felt that they could disrespect you and act so fucking entitled. It's an embarrassment, and it's people like this that make other people, other countries see America as just fucking idiots when in fact, it's the opposite. It's just a small few. This next one is from Available Capital 476. Once upon a time, I was working a seasonal retail job at a craft store chain. It is important to note that for the purposes of their sales, lighted tree toppers, lighted decorations, string lights, etc. were all separate categories. On this fateful day, lighted tree toppers were on sale for 30% off. The rest of the lighted decor on that aisle was not. The sales were very clearly marked, and the sections designated clearly, as well as the category printed on the package itself. It is even listed in the email that Karen was using to present her coupon. Karen approaches her register with her topper. The register recognizes the discount and applies them automatically in most cases, this being no exception. The 30% applies itself. Your total will be $18.90. Karen then presents her 20% off coupon. I'm sorry, ma'am, this coupon is not applicable to sale items.
Those aren't on sale. The lights aren't on sale this week.
I show a copy of our sale bulletin on my counter. I apologize for the confusion, ma'am. This actually falls under the tree topper category. You'll see here it's 30% off. I won't be able to apply the coupon, but you will be getting the already discounted sales price.
I'm telling you, I don't want any sale. You're going to take my coupon.
I should probably mention she was in at least once weekly, yelled about the sales and coupons every time, and then declared she was never coming back, only to be back the following week to do the same. Ma'am, I would have to manually override the sale price and apply the coupon manually as well.
Then do it. I'm telling you, it is not on sale, and I'm using my coupon or I'm reporting you.
Yes, ma'am, if you insist. I got visual confirmation from my supervisor in the way of a hand signal we used to mean, go ahead. She was not too happy when I did exactly as she demanded, and her total came to $21.60.
You're stealing from me. I demand to speak to a manager. I'm never coming back here again.
My shift supervisor had been on the next register over the whole time to combat the afternoon rush. That's how she managed to give the visual approval in the moment. She took great joy in telling Karen, "You have the exact discounted price you demanded. You can pay it or leave." "Oh, you're never coming back? Do you promise?" Karen paid her $21.60 with her head hung. She was back next week. This just goes to prove that when a person says, "I'm never gonna shop here again, I'll never come back," you know for a fact they're using that as the last resort to hope they can get what they want. I'm glad in this case that Karen got exactly what she wanted, found out that she had to pay more. This next one is by Cold Evidence 1740. Our company requested we download and use a remote work tracking system which tracks hours, the percentage of time the mouse and keyboard are active, visited URL domains, and also takes blurred out screenshots every 10 to 20 minutes. They asked we do this for complete trust and transparency. This will help them see who is productive the full 8 hours, and who takes breaks so they can cut their pay. First thing I did after downloading the tracker was download a mouse mover app. And for extra productivity, when I'm bored, I just open up my task interface, create a new task, and start typing out the lyrics of Take Me Home, Country Roads. According to the tracker, my activity is 9% above company average. To be fair, if this is your home computer, your personal computer, and they're asking that, I do the same thing because there is no trust and transparency when they can pry in your computer anytime they want, even outside of work hours. And our final one is from Village Idiot 1984. This happened to a family member and it's my favorite legal fuck-up story. My family member was a partner in a law firm. The way a lot of law firms work is partners who retire get a pension. It's based on their last few years' average salary or something similar. This only applies if you truly retire and not go work somewhere else, and my family member was not near retiring. The 2 other partners who were in his area of practice at this firm decided to push him out. Instead of trying to come to an agreement for him to leave, they ambushed him in a meeting where they had already drafted exit documents for him to sign. They included some token severance, but basically said, pack your shit or we're going to make this a huge hostile thing and drag your name through the mud, etc. There is a non-compete clause in a lot of partnership agreements, so you can't leave and take clients and go work somewhere else right away if you're a partner. In their haste to prepare these documents, they negated a bunch of these clauses, so he would be able to work at another firm without waiting the non-compete period. But they also missed that some of those clauses were also what govern the part of the pension clause that doesn't let you get a pension if you work for another firm after you leave. Basically, they wrote documents that give him a pension way early for the rest of his life, based on some really good years he's had for the firm. He noticed this when he read them because he's a good lawyer, and knew they fucked up, but also knew he would be able to get a job pretty easily, so instead of negotiating or fighting it, he just signed them as is and left. They were very surprised, expecting a huge fight or a long negotiation. He ended up getting another job pretty quickly at a different law firm. He waited a couple months and then called one of the other partners and said something like, "So when are you going to start making the payments?" At his age, when this happened, they would have had to pay him a large amount of money every year for maybe 40 to 50 years. They basically shat their pants. Once they went back through and realized what they had forced him to sign, they started making offers to buy him out of his pension. He eventually settled for a multi-million-dollar payout, all because he signed the documents they put in front of him. The irony here is the people that drafted up these documents are partners. They're fucking attorneys and they don't even know how to go back and double check their work, I guess. I'm glad your family member came out with a win here, and it definitely sounds like the law firm he used to work for is one that people should avoid. Alright, that's enough maliciousness for the day. Well, that wraps up this episode of Malicious Compliance. If you liked the video, please drop a like, share my content on all of your social media, subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure to hit that bell so you're notified every time I upload, and drop a comment down below. It really helps with the algorithm and helps new people find my channel. Thanks for watching, thanks to my patrons, have a great day and stay safe out there.